Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Week 6 of the PMPL. We're taking on Coach Spoods and the Talkeetna Tyrants. Spoods has a lot of offensive threats on his team, some of the very best in the generation, in fact. We got Spectrier, Oakapon, Hearthflame, both of which are banned from standard play. We got a Kama'o, which can set up with Clangor's Soul and Dragon Dance. A King Gambit, which can set up with Sword Stance and Sweep Me with Sucker Punch, and was something I actually used a couple of draft leagues ago, and it was one of the kill leaders. It was top 5 somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken. Some very valuable defensive mods in Rotom Wash, Claude, Darkspun, and Terra Darkspun. Komala can spin hazards away, Rabombi can set up sticky webs and Sweep Quiver Dance, and Scrafty is a pretty good Terra captain with some nice options in Terra Dark, Poison, and Fairy, as well as setup options in Dragon Dance and Bulk Up, which is kind of makes it a problem for my team. As you notice, like Terra Fairy is like a pretty common bring into me, and I want to be able to make sure I can punish that, which I've been able to do so far with things like Jirachi, but I can't really do that in the Scrafty because it's inherently a dark type. So, with that in mind, we are going to be bringing Choice Scarf Darkrai. Now, this doesn't necessarily help with the Scrafty or the Darkspun, but what it does do is outspeed everything on the team. Most importantly, Spectrier, because Spectrier is 5 points faster than Darkrai naturally. So if it is not Scarfed itself, it's going to get outsped by me. And also, if it's just not an agility set, I can slam most things with Dark Pulse, and I got some coverage options for a couple other things. Sludge Bomb for the Terra Fairies, Focus Blast for Gambit, and Ice Beam for to really hit that Koma'o, and hitting Clodsire is also nice. But yeah, it also outspeeded Rabombi as +1, and Kama'o at +1, and Ogerpon at +1, just because I'm so naturally fast. So the Scarf isn't just for Spectrier. It's a big part of it, but it is more helpful beyond that. Speaking of choice items, we're rocking with Choice Band Garchomp this week. Earthquake and Dragonclaw just has a nasty matchup into his whole team. There's not a whole lot of switch-ins to both. Pretty much nothing it's switching to both, except for like Intimidate, Terra Fairy, Scrafty, or maybe Darkspun, but even Darkspun is not taking 2 Earthquakes very well. Dragonclaw can nail most things that Earthquake can't, most importantly Kama'o, and hits Rotom Wash very hard. Jab hits the Terra Fairies, and Crunch is there just as an option for Spectrier, because I don't really need a 4th option, and I considered Spikes, but if I just run Crunch, it gives me an option to hit the Spectrier as hard as possible. And also I'm going to be putting spikes on the Quillfish, which I'm also bringing. This is pretty much here to soak hits up from Spectrier all day. If it's a choice set, it's basically not doing anything, and if it's a setup set, then it has to be very careful about when it's used to set up, because it's going to really struggle to break through this. I'm almost max special defense on this. I basically am. Throat Chop just gives me an option to hit the Spectrier as hard as possible, as well as potentially cancel out any sound moves that the Koma'o wants to go for if it decides to switch into me. Barbarage hits the Fairies for super effective damage. You got Intimidate to lower the attack stat on Scrafty and Darkspun and Gambit if it is Supreme Overlord, which it probably is, as well as the Oakapon, Hearthflame, and Kama'o if they decide to run physical. Barbarage also has a chance to poison, so it can help whittle down that Scrafty and that Darkspun even more. Toxic gives me a guaranteed poison and helps out with whittling the Rotom Wash to help Garchomp clean it up easier. And Spikes, as before mentioned, they obviously whittle down pretty much everything on the team. The hazard removal is very limited. Just Komala, I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, I think everybody else lost Defog this gen, so it's just Rapid Spin Komala, and if he really wants to bring that, it's not really that much of a threat into our team. I didn't bring Drifblim this week, so I can't spin block, but I can very easily bring this back in and stab Spikes again. We're bringing Iron Hands with Mirror. This is our main Kama'o answer. We're running a bit of a mixed defensive spread just to be able to handle as many variations of Kama'o as possible, as well as King Gambit. Being a one-stop answer to that is pretty nice. There's nothing it can really do against me. It gets like Zen Headbutt, which is a pretty niche move, and Gambit's already kind of cramped for slots because you really want your SD, your Sucker Punch, and your Dual Stab, but you kind of can't do that in Iron Hands. But the Drain Punch will be able to secure a 1-hit KO or a 2-hit KO versus the Chopple variant. I can recover with it. Play Rough slams Kama'o. Close Combat is my hardest hit versus Ogerpon Hearthflame, and the Pokemon that I'm going to be checking with this. and Heavy Slam hits those Terra Fairies for extra damage. So I got a lot of anti-fairy measures in here to really make sure that Scarf Darkrai can lock into Dark Pulse very easily and very early on. We're rocking the Berry Terra Fairy Cyclozar. This is another anti-Combo-O option that can click quad effective Terra Blast on it and 2-hit KO it, or in 1-hit KO unboosted variants. Rapid Spin to be able to keep the hazards off, because he does have a Clawd and a Sticky Webmon, and I don't want to play against that. And also he can't really swap into this very well. I mean, he can't really Splin Block it very well, I mean, because Spectrier is the spin blocker, and you're scared of knockoff, and even though I'm not running it, I can taunt it on the switch, or you turn out of it, and bring in either Darkrai to threaten it, or Quillfish to sit on it. And lastly, we're rocking out with Rocky Helmet, Mixed Defenses, Alomomola. I ran Flip Turn on this, but I really should have ran Baton Pass in hindsight because there's a Water Absorbon right there. I just didn't think to do that. But we got Wish to keep the team healthy. It's really nice for Iron Hands and Quillfish, as it has been in many previous weeks. Scald allows me to get a good hit on pretty much anything. Really getting a burn on something like Gambit, Kommo-o, Scrafty would be really nice, even Rotom. And we got Alluring Voice so that Scrafty and Gambit cannot set up on me. And Kommo-o as well. Even Ogerpon, if I'm confident that he's going to set up, or like he just isn't bringing Woodhammer. Like if he just uses Trailblaze as Grass Stub, I can use Alluring Voice to confuse that, and that'll be very helpful as well. So that's the team we're rocking out with this week. Let's get into the battle. Alrighty, here we are with week 6 battle against Mr. Spoods. Oh, hold on. What did he not bring? He didn't bring the Kommo-o, okay. So the Mirror Herb is, yeah, maybe I can take a Dragon Dance from Scrafty or something. Spectrier, Bombi, Clawd, Hearthflame, Washtome, Scrafty. It's definitely Terra Fairy on the Scrafty too. I didn't really have time to plan out a lead. So Berry is also kind of useless. I guess I just need to keep the webs, like, limited. I mean, the webs are going up regardless of what I do, so I guess the best thing to do would be lead this and flip into it. Or Baton Pass into it, maybe. Actually, I did put flip instead of Baton Pass. I meant to put Baton Pass. That sucks, because there's a Water Absorbon. It could be Unaware. Like, Unaware is not a bad set for, like, Darkrai or even, like, Iron Hands variants. I also didn't get to pick the right music again, so that's not great, but yeah, this is going to be on lead. I think we just take our flip. We got a lot of special defense in Cyclozar, and since there's no Kommo-o, there's no big deal about taking a lot of damage, I don't think. So I can just flip, go out into it, Terra, click Rapid Spin. If he brings in the horse, then we can just go into a Quill. Goes for Stun Spore first and misses. So, and if there's a Sash, we also just broke it, which is nice. Let me run a calc. Is there any way I can just one-shot this right now? Sludge Bomb actually does a guaranteed Oko from Darkrai. He didn't bring a Steel type, so I could just go into that, and I guess if he goes in the Clawd, then I can like pivot into Ringo and then out into like Sight Bike or something. The opportunity to deny webs would be really cool, so we're gonna just do that. And we do get rid of this, so good start. Write that down. See Scrafty come out. It is Intimidate, so it's not Moxie or Shed Skin. Okay. Is this just... You can go Ringo and Intimidate it and then go Iron Hands. Because I am a little worried about Terra Fairy on this thing. This can also kind of come in for free. I guess if he just wants to click the blind knockoff, I'd rather this get knocked than any of the other guys. He'll take some chip, and also there's no Gambit, so I don't really need Helmet. Terra's gonna pop. Do confirm Terra Fairy. Just gonna go for the Terra Blast immediately. $505 to $384. $121 damage. If I can calc this fast enough, I'd like to see if that tells us anything. It's okay. It's no item, or it's like it's not choice band. It's just like whatever, but into some non-boosting item. I could just stay in, honestly. I'm not super scared of anything he wants to do. I think I can Scald once and then flip out if he wants a DD or something. Maybe I should have wished first, but if we get the Scald burn, it's very big. We don't, unfortunately. Do we wish or do we flip? I think if he Dragon Dances... Crafty gets close combat in this gen, right? Yeah, so... How much does a +1 close combat do? It's also not adamant. +1 can do 282, so I can't wish. I'm just gonna have to flip. Is he gonna go Claude? That's Rotom, right? Alright, cool. Cool. I'm perfectly fine with that. Just get some initiative on him. Chomp is... Does Chomp kill? I don't think so. I didn't see how much the flip did. Yeah, Chomp is definitely not killing. And I don't want this to get burned for no reason. Could go Ringo, but I don't really want to do that when there's a Spectre around, but I guess nobody else wants to get burned. And this doesn't want to get paralyzed. So that's probably the best thing to... I mean, now that there's no webs, my Darkrai always outspeeds the Spectre as long as it's not the Scarf for agility, so... Also, I haven't Terra with Cyclozar yet, so... I might be able to do something with that. We'll have to see. Do confirm leftovers on the Rotom. Do I just lob out a Toxic or a Spike? No hazard removal. Spike could go a long way. And he does have he could go into the Claude, so we'll just throw out the Spike. Okay. Getting burned is not great, but it's not the worst thing. I'd rather this get burnt than any of the other guys. Probably see a Volt on this turn, so I'll just throw out another Spike. Maybe I should have went Chomp there, but I mean that doesn't really do anything. I would just have to switch out again anyway. Then bring this back in. It was just a turn to burn, so there's no point. Set the Claude. Okay, so no boots on Claude. Just go hard cycle on this. Could go hard chomp too, but I don't want to lock into Earthquake when there's a Rotom. So we're just gonna do this and then quick taunt and get our spin off. Should see an Earthquake or a Hazard come up. Or double. Ooh, it's a who. It's a Scrafty. I don't think I have any good reason to stay in. I mean, I can taunt it, but I don't think I need to. I'm not particularly threatened by, like, Dragon Dance. I don't even want to Terra yet, because staying in normal type might be better for Spectrier. I am weak. It doesn't leave me weak to Draining Kiss, but I could, like, Terra in front of it and then force a Draining Kiss instead of a Shadow Ball. So we're gonna hold off on the Terra and just U-turn into the Aloe. Because now we're healthy enough to where even if he Dragon Dances, I'm not as scared. Rock Tomb. Or Moltres. Do I Wish here, or do I go for Scald? Because the play would be, I guess, Wish, because if he goes into Rotom, I can get some healing on my Fishy, my Quill. Actually did a lot. Can I take a Flip? Flip is better if he goes into Rotom than Scalding, I guess. Is it that one? I mean, I'm just going into Qwilfish. Getting a burn on Rotom would actually be really nice, so we're gonna go for Scald. It's better if he stays in, and if he goes Rotom, then getting a burn on it is very good. Because I don't know how comfortable I am clicking Toxic with Quill and just letting Claude in. And potentially getting my Cyclizar Toxic if I go into that on the Claude after. Okay. Burn here would be huge too. Okay, cool. So that just got a lot weaker. Is that Assault Vest? Because that did, like, nothing. Assault Vest, he's 4 attacks, so Assault Vest would make sense, especially with Darkrai. Sludge Bomb's not gonna do... Oh, this is the wrong one. Terra Fairy Scrafty. Yeah, we're not gonna do Jack. I don't really need to stay in. I can just either Wish or Flip now. I'm just gonna Wish first. Cause he's going hard into Rotom, and then I can heal the Quill up. Because I would have just had to, if I would have flipped turn there, I would have had to flip into Qwilfish anyway. At least this way I can get it healed. He is probably going to just get a free Volt Switch here, but at least I'm healed up on everybody. He does just go for the Willow. So we do get the clean switch, and we do get Do I just go for the third spike, or do I try to talk? There's no point in toxicking. No way you don't volt. We're just gonna get the third spike up and try to rack up damage on Flood. He actually just hydros. Wow. I'm just gonna go for Toxic then. Because I can always wish this up later. Well, I guess, no, I can't actually, because I have to... What is it? I had to be able to keep this healthy enough to switch into it, the Rotom once, and I don't think... Like, especially if he crits me, then I won't be able to switch in with this again versus Rotom. So... Yeah, I guess if he Volt Switches right now... I guess going Aloe wasn't a bad play. I don't think a Volt Switch is going to do that much. We're very especially bulky this week. If it's no investment, it's not even a 2 KO. And if it is invested, it's still not that bad. It's like 52% at most. Alrighty. Yeah, that's invested. Okay. Oh, it was a crit. Let me... So that's probably uninvested, right? Yeah, because an uninvested crit would have hurt way more. Can this kill me? At my current HP? Yeah. Well, with Specs it can. What if it's Life Orb? Life Orb Shadow Ball does 250. Yeah, it can. Okay. Because I was gonna say, if it's Specs and it just kills me, then we could technically just go Darkrai. Do I go into you, or do I go into you? What's scary for it sets up? If it sets up a nasty plot, does that kill me? No. Okay, we're just gonna do this then. I don't think it does. Wait, a +2 Draining Kiss won't kill me. +2 Terra Blast will. So it depends on if it's just running Terra Blast for neutral coverage. Okay. 205 to 156. 49 with a Draining Kiss. So it's not Life Orb, it's not Specs. Could be Scarf. That's like max roll on Timid Scarf. Just gonna go back into Aloe then. Does Claude come out? No, Roto does. Perfect. Because you're uninvested, so I don't think... Actually, I might be able to 2 KO from my current range. Because I'm not full HP. Yeah, it's a roll, it's a 2 KO. Actually, it doesn't matter, because I can just go hard into Quillfish anyway, so I can just Wish first, and then, yeah. Also, Volt Switch switches you out, so I don't even know why I was thinking about that. I was being goofy. This guy. I think my Iron Hands is fine versus this, especially with the Wish in the air. Yeah, Jolly Play Rough doesn't OHKO me. Or it doesn't 2-KO me. Or, wait. Actually, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, this can't do anything to me. to Iron Hands. I think we just always go that. No need to take a big hit on anybody else. I'm gonna eat that. 45 to 313. 172. So it could be Jolly or Adamant. It's like low roll on Adamant, like mid roll on Jolly. What move do I click? Do I just click the fighting move? I can kind of get away with it. I don't like Quill being that low. What's his other switch in? His Claude, right? Maybe Rotom. I think I'm just gonna CC then. Just get the most damage as I can on anything. Play rough, miss is unfortunate for my opponent. We're gonna knock this out with this close combat. Upon Hearth Flame goes down. This comes back in. My defenses are down, so I don't know way I'm gonna stick around. I think I can just go this. It's probably just, if it's probably Scarf, I'm not really afraid of taking a hit with this and just scouting. It also could just be like leftovers or something. That would be pretty bad. Okay, well you choose to lock into Shadow Ball. Who can Darkrai take 2 Scarf Shadow Balls? Because if it's not Scarf, then you're not outspeeding, so yeah. I'm swapping first, which means he is staying in. Okay, cool. Spit F drop doesn't really matter. Unless for some reason this is... maybe it's like Colbur and it lives. It actually could just live regardless. He still only has 1 Dark Resist and it's very chipped, so... we always Dark Pulse. Unless I feel the need to double out, which I don't. This could do some decent damage with Spikes up. Oh, was the Spectre Boots? Am I dumb? I don't need to stay in and get Toxics for no reason. Especially when there's a good chance he recovers too. I'd rather this get Toxic than Chomp, so... actually, Chomp getting Toxic wouldn't be horrible, because it's banded anyway. Just gonna go into this and taunt. Mr. Crafty comes in, we're not really afraid because it's burnt. I think the Spectre was boot. I don't think it took Spikes damage, unless I'm being very goofy. If he stays in, we can go to Aloe and... I think we go Aloe, right? I could go Chomp too. Dragon Claw would be pretty free here. Actually, well, he has a Fairy and a Ground Immune up, so I kind of don't. I'd rather just take this opportunity to get Ringo healed up. So that way it can be useful versus Spectrier and Scrafty and stuff. Can I stay in on Volt Switch right now? $212, I actually can. But he could just... If he volts into Claw and it's water absorbed, then my flip is useless anyway. Does Ringo die from Hydro Pump? Actually, that's what's more important. No. Okay, cool. I'm gonna eat that. Let's go Claude or Scrafty here. Probably Claude. We're all the way back to full, which is pretty cool. Do I just go Cycle or Chomp here? Again, I can't go Chomp because he has a Fairy and a... He has 2 Wands I could switch in, and I don't even know what his first instinct for switching is going to be, so I don't want to do that. Cyclozar's not really staying in that much to get affected by Toxic anyway, and we're regenning it all off. So... This should always be the switch on Claude. I actually did a billion. I think I'm gonna U-turn then. If he wants to stay in, okay, that's fine. We just go Chomp now. Actually, yeah, Darkrai is probably... I don't trust Dark. That did a lot. That did like half to Cyclozar. Let me see. Could still be uninvested actually. Darkrai can eat at 1 hit pretty well, but Ice Beam doesn't do a lot. I don't think he Toxic here anymore. He could, but okay, cool, perfect. That's what we thought. Now, how much does my Dragon Claw do in this thing? I don't even know if I've hit this with an attack yet, so I can't even tell if it's physical or special. If it's special defensive, D-Claw 2 KOs, and if it's physically defensive, it's 41 to 49, so I think it might 2 KO from this range, because that's like, what? It's like about 80%. So I think G-Claw's a pretty free click here. I think you're more likely to bring in Rotom than Scrafty. He does go Scrafty, okay. Well, that's gonna take a lot of spikes. And the little burn shit. So I go Aloe here then? Huge Hookers is probably not afraid of a Terra Blast at this point. My only thing with going Aloe is I don't want it to heal a lot from Drain Punch. Honestly, can I kill this with Jab after if I go to Aloe and just flip? This is not Clodsire, this is Scrafty. Terra Fairy. 69 to 82, so I could just do that. And I don't... Actually, Iron Hands has Heavy Slam too. We can do that. Because Iron Hands is really not doing much versus the rest of this team anyway. It doesn't want to come in on Rotom because of Burn, and it doesn't have Earthquake for Claude. We should be able to eat this very well. I didn't calc it, but... Yeah, look at that. Whole lot of nothing. Free close combat here, I believe. Just get the strongest hit off. He does have to stay in. Is CC into Burn gonna kill? I would assume it does. Okay. Actually, maybe it doesn't. That might live 1 on 1 HP. Yeah, so we just flip out, or we just hard swap to Aloe. Oh, we could just, or we can go into the, no, because Cereblast does make contact. So if we go to Aloe and no, he's not Drain Punching. He's letting this go. If he does Drain Punch, it's not a big deal. We can just go back into hands or something. Okay, so this is gonna go down to burn. And that's huge, because now Dragon Claw is no switching. Now next time I bring in Chomp like that, like I did before, I can just click Dragon Claw free. I'm healthy enough to stay in on this, I'm pretty sure, but let me double check. Okay, and it is heavy duty boots. I am goofy. Which means it could be nasty plot, so I have to watch out for that. Yeah, heavy ball, or shadow ball's not doing anything to me, so we're gonna take our flip. So what are the other 2 moves? Is nasty plot or sub, or what? Because he's just attacking. If he's like trying to, I don't know if he's trying to bluff Scarf or what, but doesn't really matter when I just go into this anyway and you switch out anyway. Got a Dark Pulse because nothing else, because I don't want this to stay in and just dekiss. Some more wear and tear on this. That's not enough to a KO though. I could Dark Pulse once. Dark Pulse once or just go hard chomp. I guess I'd rather go hard chomp now on the recover than potential attack or toxic though. Or even a spike. Also, I should be calculating these Dark Pulses. I'm doing like 20-30%, I want to say. Yeah, so I think that's especially defensive. So D-Claw's gonna eat him. I do see the Rotom come out, so that's pretty big for me. I'm just assuming it's Rotom, because we wouldn't go hard spec there, I don't think. Does this to a KO though? Ah. Gosh, no it doesn't. It's like just under 50, yeah. That looks like Fizz Def Rotom. Technically, my highest roll is 52. I could roll, but then I don't want to get this burn for no reason and then like lose out on damage versus Spectrier. Could go this. It's kinda, he's gonna Willow or Hydro, right? Those are only 2 options. I could go Ringo first and then go into Chomp. But no, because Chomp doesn't kill this anyway. How do I get rid of this Rotom? This is becoming a problem. I am just... Maybe getting burned doesn't matter. Maybe getting chip on this is more important. Or just killing it. That works too. That also works. That will also do the trick. Okay, lucky crit. Is there any chance I can just stay in? Spectrier with Training Kiss does 36 to 43. It'll heal him back to full, but Dragon Claw has a roll to kill. I'm just gonna click it. Because, yeah, I don't want him to nasty plot or something. Is losing a bunch of HP on this gonna matter? I don't think so. Oh, the rough skin. I think this is dead. Nice. Yeah, cool. Cool. Is this dead? No. I don't think an earthquake kills me though. There's no need to calc at this point, it's basically over. And we do get another crit, goodness. Doesn't matter. Garchomp is very, very cool and fun. I mean, Bandit Chomp actually was pretty fun. That was a pretty good game for that. So GG's to my opponent Spoods. I mean, yeah, I got double crits on the walls. There's not really much more to say. That was pretty lucky, but the game was already very much in my favor at that point anyway. I guess depending on if it was a setup Spectrier, maybe it could have come back, but it also had to deal with... I don't think it was going to be breaking down my walls. I could have Alluring Voice confused it. Quillfish being burned might have made a difference though. Maybe I wouldn't be able to beat it with that, but then again, Darkrai is Scarf, so you would have to be Agility. So, I don't know. Good game, and I will see you guys next... So actually, one more thing, I think that game secures me playoffs. I think there was like some worst case scenario where depending on how I did and everybody else did for the rest of the season, there's a chance I don't make playoffs, but I think after that I am guaranteed now, so... But these next 2 weeks, I'm still going to try, and also we're playing against Darude, who is like a very good player, and we're also playing Apparator after that, who is like doing really well in this league with the kill leader Terra Rhyperior. So I want to try and see if we can just go undefeated and try to beat those two. So we'll see what happens. So see you guys then. Peace.